So here we go then, Middlesbrough and Manchester City both in a really positive place coming into this one. And Borough will extend their unbeaten run to 7 matches, close the gap to Manchester City to just 3 points. Well, then City have other ideas, making the long trip up to the northeast today. They've reacted well after that Liverpool setback. Back-to-back wins, the goals have flowed. And will it be the same case here today at Rockliffe Park? Able to take it under control, Luka Kakai. Middlesbrough, their familiar red. City forcing the ball all the way back and back to Oliver Lloyd in goal. Lloyd here finding Will McPartland, who rose well. Tavenham will take the throw here for Manchester City. Hudson, who is cool and calm with the ball at his feet. City looking to make some ground from one side to the other here, all about quality on the ball, these two teams. And certainly once Manchester City this season have got into areas where they're ready to pounce, they have certainly done so. Top scoring team in the league, although that's a bit of a stray one. And done by McDonald. For some of these players as well, it's been a busy old week in part of the Youth League squad in midweek against Borussia Dortmund. Be taking too many chances there, Johan Obin. Back for Hudson again. This time gets his laces through it. There's a bit of a breeze swirling around the place as well, which I cause a few issues. He's going to stay in play here. It's been a scrappy first couple of minutes. McDonald to bring it under his spell. In fact, the free kick does go City's way. It's open again. There's an intensity about both of these teams so far. There's Midwood making ground. City wanting a corner, and they're going to get one. The first one for them in this contest. Middlesbrough are able to bring the likes of Kakai back. Yes, an attacking threat he is, but his height certainly will play its part at set pieces. To deliver straight away. City looking to pick up on these loose ball. That's good covering here by Tavenham. It's away by Hudson. One of the cleanest. All just seems to be fairly rushed at the early stages here. Mind of Middlesbrough yet to be beaten here. Defeat to Liverpool. As bad as it's got really for City this season, and that's going to be a goal kick. That's wonderful defending.
Chris to do that one, you drop.
Surprising that Manchester City have the upper hand against Middlesbrough in more recent head-to-heads at this level. Of the last 30 meetings, City winning by a positive scoreline. 20 occasions out of those 30. Dunbar McDonald. Anywhere to go. Taverner. Drake. Risky one. And then Opin's being caught out here. Taverner again. Oh, it's well judged and read there by McCartney Woodhouse. Hounded backwards again here. City back to Hudson. Will nick away. Nobody can really get their foot on the football and keep a fair bit of control about proceedings. Although Middlesbrough here, what can they do? There's the cutback. And that's a really important block by Taverner as Harrison was lining it up there. That's got a goal to his name this season. Lucas Harrison. He's one of Middlesbrough's creators in the team as well. He will go over and take the corner now for Borough. So a test of City's defensive nerve here with a set piece. As it's a deep one, and who got the final touch on that? Mike Giverson was coming around the back and caused some problems. Giverson just 16 years young, only turns 17 next month for Middlesbrough. He really has been an ever-present name for them. There he is. Forward again by Woodhouse. Promising this for Middlesbrough. Very promising. And Cruz, Abe, can't hit the target. Well, he's frustrated with himself. That's a good chance. He scored a couple of goals in a win against Burnley recently, his first goals of this season. Equaling his tally, actually, for the whole of last. And for Max Hudson again. Taverner. Drake. Hudson going long.
Will, be aware.
Kakai holding it up. Here is McCartney Woodhouse. He's made the step up to this level for Borough for this season. On quickly here by McPartland. Not too quickly though for Harrison. Dunbar long. Much of this first 10 minutes, City have just been stuck in their own half of the pitch. A bit with the hold off, and Hudson with a really good stop. A more direct approach, isn't it, from Middlesbrough on this occasion? And this is really smart reactions from Hudson, getting down to his right, palming it out of the way for a corner. There he is again, commanding City's goalkeeper. And now, maybe City can break away, although Samba has just been flattened. Just a free kick, that's all it will be. Taverner, you can see the intensity of Middlesbrough. Oh, and that is a cruncher from Woodhouse. Earns it back, emphasising the intensity of Middlesbrough here. City, the team to catch at the top. And that's going to be kept in play. Kaká reaching it. Hape did really well to keep it in play, make something out of nothing. We'll talk about a cruncher of a challenge. Ooh, that had to be perfect. Hudson only onto the head of McPartland. Here is Harrison. It's a little too rushed. 9 clean sheets for Max Hudson last season as they went all the way to secure their place as the best of the northern clubs. Top again they are, with United breathing down their necks. Free kick going Middlesbrough's way, and a chat as well. Teddy Lamb just putting his point across. Nothing to do with me. Draws have been an issue for Middlesbrough of late. They've drawn the most games in the league this season. They've lost once along with City. Fifth in the league they are. Defending to do here. Samba. What's he going to do? Samba with the cutback. Nobody else there in blue. Taverner. Dunbar McDonald. All the way back to Hudson here. First time we'd really seen the likes of Samba have a real run. Could be the same here. Lamb is in the centre waiting for it, but it's not going to reach him. Just running out of space. Been on the end of some thumping scorelines. Middlesbrough against City in the head-to-heads. 30 meetings overall at this level, 88 goals. As City have put beyond those in red. Still scoreless here, first quarter of an hour, which has been fairly frantic. What is a bumper weekend of action featuring teams across the board for Manchester City. Derby day in Manchester in the WSL, and Pep Guardiola reaching a fairly significant milestone in his managerial career tomorrow against Liverpool. Hudson. Portland with the head. Samba. So tough to stop. And the vision then to pick out Hudson. Here's Holt. Midwood, oh, it just wouldn't settle for him. Drake wanting a free kick, but McPartland's carried on his run here. McPartland with the cross, and nobody for Middlesbrough can finish it off. Fair to say that it is Middlesbrough who are creating the moments, if you like. And right at City, they were wanting a free kick here, Drake in particular. McPartland keeping it low, just out of the reach of Kakai. Dumbo McDonald here for Manchester City. Plenty back in red behind the ball. And a save, which is touched away by Oliver Lloyd. First thing he's really had to do in the game. But it's much better from City. Cross comes in, which is made away up towards halfway. Sent back long again onto the head of McPartland. Samba with Tepinen now. Whoa, just gets away from Charlie Holt. And that's a strong challenge coming in from Wayne. So this was the moment for Midwood. Comes across as one of those proper old school type of wingers, just loves attacking, taking on defenders. Kakai for McPartland here. McPartland's cross. Drake away. And hit from Jones. Get to score this season. It sat up nicely for him, didn't it? More a placed attempt. This idea to try and get Teddy Lamb going. Really seen him in his more natural place in the penalty area where he's been scoring goals. It was fizzed in, wasn't it? And difficult to control, and a chance now for Lamb to try and get forward. There's a shove in the back there on Tyler Smith, referee playing on. Lamb with the touch on, and the race is on to get there here. Is the goalkeeper going to get there in time? Just Oliver Lloyd. Bang on the head here, looks like, for Teddy Lamb. Well, he won the flick on here. Having sucked in two, and then the chase. Dunman McDonald just couldn't get there in time. Red Lamb just feeling one on the back of the head, the neck. Does give the respective coaches that chance to get the players across, get any messages, clearer messages across to the players.
Hey, stay so uninterested.
And we've got a couple of goals, a couple of penalties against Burnley.
Ted, you good?
In the last game.
Chris, anticipate it, yeah?
Led to a hat-trick for him.
Ref, come on.
Tappenden wanting to get things going, and back underway we are. Tappenden, unfortunately, last season dominated by injury. Is he back again? Long ball game, looking to get in behind. Givenson under pressure. Tappenden. Really been able to get a fair amount of control in the football match so far, City. Something that they are generally used to, have been in recent games. Samba. Can't make any further ground. McPartland. Tappenden was quick across. McPartland, who has England youth honours, to take this throw in here for Middlesbrough. They to keep the heat on. City in the corner. Tappenden. Samba, nicely done. With a little flick. That's just too good. At the end from Dexter Oliver. He's bringing it forward now, and one for Lamb to chase, but won't get there. Oliver with a rare start for him today. Handful of appearances so far, 51 minutes worth actually before this one kicked off. Tappenden. It's a stray one. The intention was Tappenden or maybe Holt. Ibe to take them all on here. Kakai and Ibe. Still he goes on. A score of 2 in their 3-2 win over Burnley. Meanwhile, from defensive work to attack here. Good try. Coming inside and getting a shot away, done by McDonald. Saw a scorer for City in their last game in that 5-0 win over Burnley. Midwood. Corner for City here. Done by McDonald. Always looking for that angle to get a shot away, which he found. But he's straight down the throat of Oliver Lloyd. He's got a couple of clean sheets to his name this season. Samba. Oh, and goalkeeper making a mess of that, and then that's done by McDonald. I'm going to get a corner out of this, City. Well, it's a bit of a mess from a Middlesbrough point of view. Somehow stayed in play, and then maybe Middlesbrough were arguing the case that it might have already gone out of play. Shorter option is on. Samba. And it's come off the foot of the post. But the flag is up on the far side anyhow. A fair bit of lift on this, Samba. It's a flurry of positivity, really, for City in this game. First 27 minutes or so, which have seen plenty happening at the other end of the pitch. Here's Oliver. Samba. Drake back for Hudson. Just apologies for any fruity language that you might be picking up. You can hear the referee counting down whilst the ball is in the hands of Max Hudson. This new rule that has been brought in for this season. Still to have hold of the full ball after the referee is counted down. It will go for a corner to the opposition. Samba with the switch of play, looking for Midwood, who's found. Here's Lamb. Oh, the layoff could have been on there for Samba. That's what he's muttering to himself about here. Midwood did well, and Samba saying, leave it to me. The wonders of playing at this level where you have to be a ball boy as well. Not exactly have the old multi-ball system here at Rockcliffe Park. One of Lloyd's best, it has to be said. Yeah, saw a fair amount of goals go past him last season. 65, in fact, in the Under-18s Premier League, Oliver Lloyd. City put a fair few beyond him as well. It's out of the reach of Dunbar McDonald. Back for Lloyd. Givenson. Lloyd's clearance under pressure. Oliver. Midwood. Behind Samba. Tevenen had joined in the attack, but Samba just slowing things down here for City as we approach half an hour. Midwood, he's going to take it on. He just didn't connect with it the way that he would have liked. Recently found the net against Stoke, Midwood. Drake. Hoping for Holt. He was a little rushed in his execution to play the pass. Pepe. Cries of Cruz Gibbet, and he was unable to do so. City were hunting him down. Midwood now. Lamb pointing to where he wants it. Lamb now for City, keeps it low, looking to return the favour. Got to get a corner out of it here, City. Once they've got going, once they've got motoring into the attacking third, it'll look really dangerous. Manchester City, who've scored in every game so far this season. Actually, the corner can't be taken. Holt. Oh, he's found a pass. On the outside of the post. Dexter Oliver. Well, Middlesbrough well and truly falling asleep here. And the angle was against City's number 8, but still able to get a shot away and cause some issues. Drake looking to win it back. Really is a leader at the back. Described as a body on the line kind of defender. McPartland. Now Givenson. Touched on by Smith. A flag being up. Stopping any momentum for Middlesbrough. Tevenen. Samba, that's lovely. McGivinson. Never a given that Middlesbrough were going to keep hold of possession there. Hudson for Robin. Midwood is back over on that far side now. Tyler Smith. Delight to use the wing backs to get as high up as possible. Middlesbrough. Smith is one of those players who can play anywhere down the left side, really. And played by Dunbar McDonald. Is there an opening here for City? Anywhere will do for Middlesbrough. Approaching the final 10 minutes of the first half. Samba. And for Dunbar McDonald again. Givenson standing up to him. And that was Oliver and Borough are doing their bit to frustrate City. Good spell in the game, it has to be said, for City. It's morning kickoff. They took a while to wake up a little bit.
Yes, boys, come closer.
McPartland with the throw here. Samba. That's a fabulous pass to find Midwood. Touch just got away from it. Onto it quickly. Here is Harrison for Middlesbrough. And here is Smith. And there's the cutback as well, and just out of the reach of Kakai. Still has it here, though. Plenty in the way of him, though. Throw for Middlesbrough. Oh, that burst from the busy Harrison. Smith knew where Kakai was. No way through. Switches on. Midwood found. Midwood now. Options joining. Wayne. Holt. Tavernan for Samba. A bit in his back. Holding him up well. Plenty red back behind the ball again. Drake. Obin. Drake taking it upon himself and break those lines. Midwood. Case of keep ball here for City. Drake. Drake again. Finding that little bit of space. Here's Lamb. A rather frustrated figure at times. City's number 9 so far. Tavernan. Launches long up towards Lamb. One by Ibe, but onto it here. Holt, that's one for Dunbar McDonald to try and keep in play. He wants a quarter out of it here. Floated in. Here's Holt again. Where does the breakthrough goal come from, and from who? Midwood cross, out of the reach of Lamb. It's away by Edmondson. Edmondson, who saw red in a derby occasion in stoppage time this season, gets Sunderland. Samba. Tavernan. Which way will this go? It will be blue ball. Final 5 minutes plus stoppage time until half-time. Scoreless we are at Rockcliffe Park. Oliver hounded back. Middlesbrough onto it in a flash here. Can they make the most of this? Tyler Smith. And here is Harrison. City back in numbers in the nick of time. Sampa's clearance. And then Tevenin. City to play their way out of trouble here. Dunbar McDonald. Frantic period in the game. Oliver, Dunbar McDonald from one end to the other. And it's City who break through first. And what a breakaway. Well, they looked as though they were struggling for numbers at one end. Back in time, they got to stop the Borough flow. And that was just unstoppable from the other end. Little touch from Dunbar McDonald, and then he was away. And then it's all about decision-making. The link up here with Oliver. And look at that for a return pass. Touch off, Givenson helping hand. And it is Manchester City who strike first in this one. And that's goals in back-to-back games for Christian Dunbar McDonald. City keeping up their record of scoring in every game. Here's McPartland as Middlesbrough look to react and respond straight away. And they're going to get a corner here. Harrison to drift this one in. And that is a header from Givenson, which is no problems for City, who'll be feeling a lot better about themselves heading into half-time in a winning position. From the disappointment of Liverpool at a defeat by 3-2, they've come back strong with victories over Stoke and Burnley, and City in the mood to add Middlesbrough to the list of victories. Harrison, that's nicely done for Tyler Smith now. Can't make more of the opportunity.
That's the one.
Commented by Wayne. Okay, Drake. Tevenin, and the man whose goal is the difference so far, and he will keep on motoring. And the speed, Dunbar McDonald here. Against Givenson. Dunbar McDonald. McPartland running into trouble in City finish with a blue flourish here. It's got out of play, surely, from Charlie Holt. Did his very best to keep it in.
Tev, drop. That's so shit.
What is there again? Once more. Apologies for any bad language you can hear. But nothing bad about the scoreline at the minute for Manchester City as we hit 45. Game has flowed pretty well. Lamb still has it. Is this to be his moment? Throwing themselves in the way of it. Borough defenders. First chance that Lamb has really had in the game to take on defenders and get a shot away. Samba. Tavernan, and it goes. Nothing won't keep that in play. And that'll be that. So half-time here at Rockcliffe Park, and it's all heading in a positive Manchester City direction. A wonderful goal from this man here, Christian Dunbar-MacDonald, towards the end of the first half. A breakaway goal for City, undoing Middlesbrough, who've had some good moments themselves. It was always going to be a tight one, this one, but it's City with their noses in front at the halfway stage. Middlesbrough 0, Manchester City 1. City get us underway, leading by a goal to 0 here at Rockcliffe Park as they look to keep the good times flowing in the Under-18s Premier League North. McPartland with the throw. This is Lamb hooking it back, and now Tyler Smith can have a run. Something that he loves to do, although that touch just let him down, allowed Wayne to come across, poke it away from him. The top looking for Smith again. Hoping's going to be aware of his surroundings, that he was. Zibe, and there is Tavernan putting it out of play for a throw. And it will be a City throw as well. Back here for Hudson. Control that clearance away. It was bouncing and bobbling right in front of him. Lamb to hold things up. Harrison is there. Some good moments in the first half. Lucas Harrison for Middlesbrough. And on quickly. And Epe's being took back there. Hudson making the stop. They're all looking across to the referee. Break here for Midwood, who has to clear away for City. It looked as though he was very much 6 of one and half a dozen of the other when that was being played through. McPartland for Middlesbrough. That is really strong defensive play by Oliver Tavernan. And the referee is going to brandish a yellow card here, I think to Cruzibe, for putting his point across to the referee. Other than captains, something that is frowned upon these days. Here's Samba. No changes, by the way, from the camp at half-time. Givenson. Samba. For the man who scored is the difference so far in Dunbar-MacDonald. Midwood. Oliver. And back here for Holt. Stray one from Holt. City are usually so much better than that with the ball. Dunbar McDonald. Still he goes on. Dunbar McDonald. It's a great run. It's a wonderful goal. 2 for him in this one. And they have been magnificently taken by Christian Dunbar McDonald. This all his own work. Taking on the whole of Middlesbrough and executing a finish that is utterly ruthless. And the league leaders looking like league leaders here. And goals at the end of the first and at the start of the second for Manchester City have them in rich control here at Rockcliffe Park. On to 7 for the season now. And just the one behind Messrs Lamb and Floyd Samba. A lot to do now for Middlesbrough, you feel. Two very different goals as well. Were scored by Christian Dunbar McDonald, and the breakaway goal in the first half. So that of all his own work. Harrison wouldn't sit down for Kakai. Well, this promising response though from Middlesbrough. Bit too much going on in there for the referee's liking. They're looking to get right on top of Hudson, right on the goal line. Here's Smith. Harrison. Harrison whips across in two. What a corner out of it. Middlesbrough not going to get it. This was whipped in with some purpose, wasn't it? And they do have the likes of Kakai and Ibe, who are two players who are absolute target men in there. That's Holt, one of the new scholars. Midwood has the skills, has the confidence, all right. Samba likewise. Dunbar McDonald on a hat-trick. Tavernan hangs it up here over the top of Midwood. Not unable to keep this in play.
Cruise round him.
The head of Charlie Holt. Here's McPartland. And Harrison's continued his run. Can't find a finish though. Look at Harrison here, absolutely busting a gut. In the end, his Effort is wide of the mark. Lucas Harrison has a goal and assist to his name this season. Whoa, and not the most convincing here. Did that come off an arm? City have just got to be careful.
Higher.
Towards Lamb. Hasn't had that much to go off in the game. Samba. Back here, Dexter Oliver. Chance for City just to calm things down, really. Lamb. It's the cutback. Harrison onto it quickly. Harrison there again. He's just such a busy bundle of energy, isn't he? City to watch out for. Smith. And that is potentially out of the grounds here at Rockcliffe Park. And maybe if you wanted anybody to be on the end of this, Tyler Smith might be not the number one you'd want, although he has got a couple of goals this season on the opening weekend against Wolves and a 3-1 win, and against Burnley as well in their last game. It is not one of his finer moments. Givenson loses out of the aerial duel. Dunbar McDonald. So much confidence flowing through. Samba! Good save. Flags up anyway, but the patience and then the vision to find the pass into the path of Samba. I mean, not been offside. It could have been a wonderful goal. It's a good save from Oliver Lloyd.
Win.
Tavernan. That will be a free kick to Middlesbrough this time. Both sets of players asking a question of the referee. Key for City will be seeing if they can maintain this clean sheet. Clean sheets that haven't come by that often this season. Harrison, straight onto the head of Oliver Tavernan. Tremaine hangs it up again. Tremaine. McPardlin back. Howard Smith. Harrison floats it in again. An awkward one for Cruzibe. And I think the flag's up on the far side anyway.
Let's go. Come in. Back it. Nice on the slide. Nice.
Cement that Middlesbrough can't stop at the minute. Tavernan, despite where he plays, has really good attacking qualities. Dunbar McDonald. Tavernan again. Givenson for Middlesbrough. And looks like Manchester City are going to be making some changes pretty soon. Drake for Samba. Somebody's arm pulled there, Samba. Midwood. Still he has him, Midwood. Oliver. Confident on the turn, Dexter Oliver. Midwood, Oliver again, who's assist for the first goal. They're right up there. Oliver might go all the way himself here. He's parried away by Lloyd. Samba whipped him with purpose. And a header away as well. Into touch, but this was all about Oliver here. And then it just opened up. Knew exactly what he wanted to do in finding that bottom corner. Still awaiting that primary goal for the under-18s, Dexter Oliver. Dunbar McDonald, one of those runs again. And a corner to Manchester City here as we hit the hour mark. Once they get clicking in that final third, City look really, really dangerous. Team who scored the most goals. They're giving some teams some real hidings this season. 4 separate occasions they've scored 5 goals or more, actually, in the league this season. Including scoring 7 against Blackburn. Charlie Holt. Midwood. Tremaine standing up to him. Middlesbrough, I think the assistant thought that he wants to be City and changed his mind at the very last moment. Away by Obi. The top for Kakai, and he's won it as well. And Hudson down to deny him. It's one of Middlesbrough's clearest moments for Luka Kakai. Still he and Middlesbrough away to goal in this one and this season for Kakai overall. Dunbar McDonald, 2 to his name here today. City awaiting the chance to freshen things up from the sidelines. Hudson right through the middle. Edward. To Bob McDonald. Off he goes again. Squeeze through for Lamb. Flag is up anyway. Swing and a hit from Teddy Lamb. City's joint top scorer. And so, here come the changes. So, U18 looks as though he's going to be making his way off here. City are the first to spring the changes, and that's the end of Christian Dunbar MacDonald as well. He's off the pitch now, so no hat-trick for him today. With regards to those changes, we'll let you know who has come on as quickly as we can. Marlo Barrett being one of those. And that's also of Javier Parker, who's come on for Manchester City. Samba. Still plenty when it comes to energy levels. No way through this red wall. Next goal for City, and that should be enough. That should be the curtains drawn on this one, you feel. Midwood. And back for Oliver, and it's no way through. Oh, the way they just sliced through Middlesbrough there. Midwood. Holt. And then over. Well, it's worth a hit. Was Oliver Lloyd jumping but seeing it go over the bar. With a couple of goals, Manchester City have scored past him again. Lloyd is a Welsh youth international, native of Harrogate. Tavenen's header for Samba. Won't quite keep it in play. Dexter Oliver has had more of an impact in the game as it's gone on. And then it's Lam who's in the way of the shot here from Parker. I'm not so sure Dexter Oliver was particularly impressed with them taking the ball off him. Hope for City. Free kick goes City's way. Back at home in their next game at the end of the month against Nottingham Forest. In fact, it's an East Midlands double coming up with Derby as well. After today, just 3 more to play till the festive period. A month or so off of action before returning in the new year. Tough trip to Leeds for City. Midwood. Samba. Tavenen. Flags up again. They were queuing up, weren't they? With City at the back there. So City with the 2 goals here in this one. Need to make sure it's the start of a positive weekend for Manchester City. Big one tomorrow against Liverpool in the Premier League.
On the whistle this time, please. Thank you. Yeah, back 4. Have you got 6 out behind the ball?
So is this of a range where Harrison might think about a shot? Or is it just a bit too far out? 3, 4 to make up the wall here for Hudson made that 3 again. It's going to take something special, of which Harrison has to use the width for McPartland, and it's been missed. Header from Kakai. Harrison again, he is the focal point. Flag is up now on McPartland, but he's the one that is making things tick for Middlesbrough in this one. Lucas Harrison. What he has been able to produce, there's been nobody but to help him out and finish things off for Middlesbrough today. Harrison again. It's been turned over out of Kakai's reach. City have just got to be a little careful here. 2-goal game, Middlesbrough get 1 back, and all of a sudden it is there. It's all to play for. Kakai can't link up with Joseph Jones. Samba, Kivenson was there. Don't want to make this too stretched a game now, City, with the scoreline as it is. Ipe just out of his reach. Will Smith get there? He will, but never really going to happen for him at that sort of angle. "20 minutes to play, and Hudson in need of some medical attention here. As it does give everybody else, and coaches especially, to get the players across. How often we see this in the modern game. City looking for back-to-back clean sheets. The 5-0 win against Burnley. Something that they haven't managed this season. Just 2 clean sheets, actually, against Burnley and Leeds at the very start of the season when they won 5-0 at home. Max Hudson, who's been one of those players who was fault in the squad in the UEFA Youth League in the week against Borussia Dortmund in defeat. Back in the team here for the first time since their defeat at Liverpool. The feature of the EFL Trophy last season as well. A little bit more senior action for him. For City's under-21s. Seems okay to restart things here, Hudson. Here's Lam. Holds it up really well. Proper 9 style, but then can't find a pass. McPartland. Woodhouse. Cruzipe. All of a sudden, right there in his face was Marlo Barrett. Parker turning into trouble. Harrison. Time here for Max Hudson. Lam. Here is Lucas Harrison. It's the free kick. Shielded it well, has to be said, from Dexter Oliver. Too quick. And getting on with the free kick here.
Logan, get high, you get high.
Tremaine. Oh, that was felt right in the side. So McPartland will make way. This is Borough's first change. And cometh the moment. Cometh Joe Roberts. He's been loving this season. This is an attacking change. .15 to play, Borough need a goal. City have defended so well. Oh, Harrison Wild. Might stay in play, will it? Not for the first time we've seen wild ones like this. Joe Roberts has come on for Middlesbrough, incidentally, 5 goals this season. He takes it on here, that is Roberts. And just inject that extra bit of positivity for Middlesbrough. But once again, City's defence has been pretty solid. Launch towards Givenson, that foot was high, goodness me. Was never in a position there to win the ball, was he? And he's caught more of Oliver Tevenon than the actual leather of the ball.
Keep going, boys, come on.
Tevenon, one of those real technically gifted fullbacks, brings a lot to City's approach. Being a potential injury to the head, to the face, and making sure that all the right protocols are met here. Just caught one on the lip, perhaps. There's no movement on the sidelines if a change is needed. Always plenty to improve on, despite if you're coming out with a game with a victory. As long as you do win. City be maintaining this unbeaten run away from home in the Under-18s Premier League North.
Get up. Hey,
It's Parker. Oh, and Lamb. Lamb has come off worse. Middlesbrough not hanging around. Here's Tyler Smith. Smith waiting for the support to arrive. That's Tevenon. And now Samba. Tavernan goes long. Lamb is back up on his feet now, as you can see. Still feeling the effects of the challenge. Here is Lamb. On the charge for Manchester City. You get away from Tremaine. It's Lamb, can't finish. He's looking for a penalty, but he's never going to be getting penalties for that. Lamb was very much in the thick of it with that challenge just a few moments ago, wasn't he? Watch this. Break was on, in which City were able to deal with the break. Samba. Against Woodhouse. The numbers are back behind the ball now for Middlesbrough. Tavernan. Samba. Challenge was a good one from a Middlesbrough point of view, and then in the end, Parker is the one that's been penalised. A handful of caps at under-16s level for England. Kakai. Quick feed. Harrison blocked. I need another ball. 10 minutes to play. And City are edging closer and closer to yet another win here in the Under-18s Premier League. Gibbonson. That ball already got out of play, it has. Just peeling away there was Gibbonson. Yet to score at this level. Just wandering up, wasn't he, here? And nobody really tracking the run of Middlesbrough's number 4. He was halting the way on the post. In comes the corner. Now Samba. To make some ground. Made life a little easier for City. Free kick that Samba has won. And a yellow card is going to go the way. It looks like of McCartney Woodhouse here. An area of the pitch where City wanted to be. Middlesbrough certainly don't. City are ready to make more changes. Tavernan. Barrett. Tavernan again. A good game today. Samba. Against Gibbonson. Giving him any space at all there. Holt under pressure from Harrison, forcing City back. Wayne. Oh, it's not a great attempt at a challenge. Just be a free kick here with the challenge on Drake. But it's not a pretty attempt to try and win the ball, and he knew straight away there, didn't he, Cruz about? And it will allow City to make the changes in this break in play. And if Dexter Oliver could just move out of the way a little bit here, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Must have heard me. So here come the changes. And Midwood's had a really good one today. He's put in a real shift. A winger who is One of the best in the league at 1v1s. And Wayne will make way. So Courtman and Whisker are the two to come on here. Charlie Courtman, another who was involved in the squad in the Youth League recently. And Tameo Whisker. City looking to make sure of the points now as Lamb gets the free kick. And does get the free kick. It'll just be a free kick. Joey Tremaine here. Just being teased into the challenge, and the use of the body there of Lamb as well, getting his right leg in the way. There's Courtman. The cup not quite there. One count for Lamb, not quite. Skivenson. 5 more until we hit 90. Here's Roberts. Nowhere to go, really. Still 3 for Company. Tavern, and it won't go out of play. Tavern, and which way will that go? It will be Borough ball. McCartney Woodhouse. Kakai. Woodhouse for Middlesbrough again. Getting towards that now and ever stage of the football match. With them 2-0 down, City have Middlesbrough exactly where they want them. But here is Lamb. Been a rough old game for him up there on his own today. Here's Lloyd. Just about gets his clearance away, and Lamb's going to get a yellow card here. And it all just needs to calm down. So a yellow card, and a yellow card as well. I think for Oliver Lloyd, more in the way of his reactions. There's no way that free kick should be taken from there, but a confirmation of those yellow cards. This is how it came about. Lamb looking to put the block in, but in the end took the player rather than the ball. And then that's what followed up. Tremaine. Long from Edmondson. Kakai is beaten to it. Charlie Holt has put in a shift, and that true box-to-box midfield role of his. And Lamb is down on the deck here. So they're nearly there, Manchester City, to another victory in the league.
United one. Yeah, okay. Good. Yourself. No rush.
Of course, at the end of the first half and at the start of the second half for Manchester City today, as we have a look at how the goals were scored. Both of them from Christian Dunbar-MacDonald. The first one from one end to the other. The link up with Dexter Oliver. Glorious back heel into his path. And he provided the finish. And the second one was then all about Christian Dunbar-MacDonald taking matters into his own hands here. Two wonderfully different goals for City. Tremaine gets a free kick. Middlesbrough will keep on coming as we enter the final 30 seconds. A yellow card has been brandished.
Where the bodies are, Chaz, you might be needed round the back.
Do have some height in there, Middlesbrough, to attack this, but it has to be good from Harrison. And he comes towards Gibbonson. City can smash it away as we strike 90. Tavernan, take that, City. Really good away day again. Middlesbrough's unbeaten home record this season going to be coming to an end. I think that maybe Dexter Oliver was the man who got that yellow card in the build-up to that free kick just a few moments ago. Might have said something out of turn. What a pass. Blocked by Tremaine. Stopping Whisker. And City can see the end line. Well, they are very close to crossing. Here's Courtman. Back for Holt. Nice turn here by Drake. Returned the pass. And back for Courtman again. Risen right up through the ranks at City. Oliver, no way through. And then over the top here for Cruzipe. Drake stops him. That'll be another yellow card. Middlesbrough might be just complaining here that the advantage was certainly with them. Momentum going forward. And whether the whistle should have been blown. Yeah, Harrison, he could have been on to Roberts quickly. I think City will have been pretty happy to see the referee put whistle to mouth there. Oh, it's a good header. It's a tremendous save from Hudson. Absolutely determined to make sure that he has a clean sheet to his name. Full stretch. First time that we've really seen the height of Middlesbrough cause City issues, and that was Luka Kakai who was thwarted. And he comes again. It's scrappy. Kakai is right in there. It's a proper mess, and City get it away for now. And it comes to nothing for Middlesbrough. And the celebrations from the City players out there. It's another good piece of goalkeeping from Hudson. And then a wild one,
Come on! Don't go deep! Compete, guys, compete, Ted. Win that. Press, pushing the back. Yo, Teddy!
There's Lamb over the top. Samba won't quite get there. Holt. And Gibbonson. And it's Manchester City victorious on the road. The league leaders strengthening their grip on top spot with a really good away day performance here at Rockliffe Park. Middlesbrough were always going to be a firm test considering the run that they have been on of late. But they have been beaten for the second time this season, and Manchester City just keep on winning football matches in the Under-18s Premier League North. 2 goals from Christian Dunbar McDonald in both halves, and City with moments to add more goals as well. But all of the points belonging to Manchester City. It could be the start of a very good weekend for Manchester City Football Club. Final score here then, it is finished. Middlesbrough 0, Manchester City 2.